On to you, Sagittarius. So you have the Knight of Swords, Lovers, the Hanged Man, Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Three of Cups, the King of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So I just want to say that the first two zodiac signs that gives me the most views every batch, I'll go ahead and I'll do those two zodiac signs first. I'm only going to start to do 4 at a time instead of 6. That way I'm able to pay more attention to each zodiac sign, right, without having to feel like I gotta hurry. But all right, so let's get into it. The Knight of Swords, the Lovers, the Hanged Man for you, Sagittarius. You have the opposite sign, right? So you're pulling from that opposite polarity, right? Gemini is Lovers. So the Knight of Swords, the Lovers, and the Hanged Man, right, represents how I can say that a lot of people have been an issue for you, Sagittarius, with the scapegoating and having to make it seem like everything is your fault. But on the bright side, a lot of you Sagittarius are learning how to heal those type of wounds, right? And I've said this before, and I'll even post the video kind of showing and proving what I'm talking about. You realize that you can't really become stronger from trying to shell up and harden up. You know what I mean? That's not really how you do it. How you do it in the first place is by softening the heart, right? And coming to terms with what hurts you in the first place. And then you decide to move forward and you learn the lessons. And then you harden up as a side effect naturally because of what it is that you've learned. And because of that, that isn't a weakness anymore. That's something that you actually embrace, right? And you learn to live with and all that stuff. So yes, to be quite honest with you, yes, let me go ahead and say it to you, just in case if you thought of yourselves as going crazy. Yes, you've been played when it comes to love. A lot of people do tend to take your love for granted. But at the same time, a lot of you Sagittarius can't really take that too personally anymore. Because the Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles represents you will ultimately create disappointments and stagnation in your newfound relationships if you were to do that. Also, too, come on in and get personal readings from me or get any of my shirts or anything like that. The link to that is in the link tree. The link to my link tree is in the comment section below. But come get a reading so I can go ahead and actually keep the show going, right? Get some more cards, get some different cards, new ones. Appreciate it. But you will destroy every relationship that you will try to be in if you were to take it personally and try to wall up. I'm just telling you like it is. But again, have you been played out of a lot of relationships? Yeah, you have. I mean, I'm just going to look at you in the eyes. Yeah, you have. But at the same time, you can't hold and keep that with you. The Four of Swords, right, represents how, because now that you've learned to let it go, the situation is finito. It's finished. Right? That's what the Four of Swords represent. The Four of Swords sometimes can represent kind of like a hospital bed, right? Or when I say a hospital bed, I mean a bed in the sense of a hospital bed in the sense of the damage that's been done to you over the course of time with all this excessive effort. So now it's like, allowing just things to go as it is, right? And also, it could also mean allowing people to take care of you. But the Four of Swords also represents funerary rites, if you catch my drift, right? It means that it's finito in the sense of the grudges that you've held, you're not holding that anymore. And the Three of Cups is about you're going to do what Sagittarius do. Have fun, party, get to know people, still enjoy yourself, right? It may not necessarily be to the same speed with the you know, with the party favors. You know, if you know what I mean when I say party, y'all know what I mean when I say party favors. But the King of Cups represents, but you'll party with yourself or with a few people, with family members, maybe even yourself. You know, because that chalice or that cup can hold more than just water. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to mean it holds only water, if you know what I mean. You know, it could hold something a little stronger too, right? Something that needs a double cup, if you know what I mean. The Four of Cups, however, represents, though, that a lot of you Sagittarius are learning from your mistakes. And that you're not going to allow the same mistakes that you've been through to rule your life, where you spend so much of your time kicking yourself for what it is that you do not know. And to be honest with you, let me share something with you. That's something that used to have me having a problem with any of my past love interests, right? It's the idea that as smart as I am, right? As smart as I am, and a lot of people call me smart, I've still made terrible mistakes in the sense of making emotional decisions. So I've had to learn to go back to the drawing board and fix that about myself, to be able to know that even though when people are trying to, Ten of Cups, reel me in emotionally, what to know, what to look out for so that I don't get reeled in emotionally. So the Ten of Cups is walking away or abandoning that idea of having to make the same mistakes because people will appeal to set emotions. So overall and in all, you Sagittarius are really maybe single right now, but really nurturing and healing from those issues that a lot of you have had. You know, the idea of needing to get back at the person and needing to, you know, feel empowered, needing to seek empowerment from that. That's not empowering, you know. You trying to get back at the person, that's not empowering. What's going to happen is you're going to feel even worse than you did, because now, again, you get that adrenaline dump of knowing what it is that you did was hurtful to the other person. That's not a good feeling either. So let's clarify the King of Cups. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Lovers. Oh, come on now. To clarify the Lovers, we have the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Empress, and the Page of Cups. To clarify the Lovers. Yeah. Like I said before, learning how to open up that heart again and not necessarily have to leave whenever it is that you think that the shoe is going to drop, or whenever it is that you get caught. Learning how to be more stationary, long term, right? You don't have to always leave the person, you know, just because, you think the other shoe is going to drop. But the Empress and the Page of Cups represents, but also learning how to see when it's time for you to leave, because you don't want to be caught up with the delusion of what people show you that's actually good for you to stick around when it's really not. A lot of you Sagittarius are learning how to walk away from people, especially when they show you issues with them.